everybody, welcome in back to the Sportique Studio. Jake Marsing, managing editor, Broncos beat writer, Nuggets columnist, part-time shameless binge watcher on Netflix. Seriously, if you haven't watched that show, you should. You will waste a whole year of your life doing it, but check that out. Here back in the Sportique Studio for another edition of the Broncos Big Board, where we're looking up and down the list of NFL draft prospects, trying to figure out who might make sense for the Broncos, who might not, with little scouting reports. Today we're going to look at the first quarterback in our series. He's big, he's strong, he's tall. He's at the top of my list of passers in this class. He's North Carolina's Mitch Trubisky. Now, historically, quarterback is the hardest position to evaluate in the NFL draft, and that's really for two reasons. First, because so much of playing the position is made up of intangible factors. It's made up of heart and toughness, and those are things that are really tough to measure. That's how a guy like Tom Brady goes 199, and a guy like Jamarcus Russell goes number 1 overall, because we forget about those immeasurable things, those intangibles that make a great quarterback, and we sometimes get too caught up with some of the physical measurements. The guy's big arm strength, the big physical build, the strong frame, the ability to stand in the pocket and deliver the football. Now, Mitch Trubisky, thankfully, has a bit of both of those things. He's got the intangibles and he's also got some of the size. And when those two things come together, that's when you get a really good quarterback prospect. So, as we like to do on the show, let's bring Mitch in here. Mitch, good to see you. How are you? Congratulations on all your success. You have kind of a funny last name that I've misspelled many times. We'll try not to do that here on the show. Check the spelling on it, Ryan. Mitch, as you see, is a pretty good-sized quarterback. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. He's big, but you'd maybe like him to be an inch or two taller, but you can certainly live with this size. And on tape, he shows an ability to stay strong in the pocket and utilize pretty good arm talent that he's got to get the ball downfield. He also has a really innate ability to move in the pocket and read entire defenses. That's the thing that excites me most about Mitch Trubisky, is how he's able to look downfield, make good reads, get the ball out on time and on target to a group of pretty good receivers he has at UNC. Let's go ahead and look in the film room, see exactly what I'm talking about. Look at some of these physical attributes as well as some of the intangible things that you see on tape with Mitch Trubisky.
So I want to show you this play from the Sun Bowl. It's North Carolina's game against Stanford, the last game that Trubisky played at North Carolina, and it really shows you this first play, at least, just his arm strength, his basic abilities as a passer, a good demonstration that we can kind of look at to just see what this guy's capable of. North Carolina driving. You're going to see Trubisky just make a really nice, high-quality throw here, showing off exactly what makes him an NFL caliber prospect. So let's go ahead and roll it. Trubisky out of the gun. Again, he took most of his snaps from out of the shotgun. And just look at the arm strength here to get the ball between those two defenders. Let's go ahead and show that one more time. It's a quick play, but it really does show exactly what Trubisky's capable of when he has a clean pocket. Again, out of the gun, nice little play action, looks off, and gets the ball between those two defenders. Now, I don't love his delivery. I think it's kind of a weird... It's a little bit sidearm for my taste. Almost looks like he's rocketing the ball out of his hand, which I'm not a huge fan of. But he does do a lot of great things with it, and he gets the ball out on time and on target. It's fairly compact, so I'm not going to freak out about it. It's not exactly the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, over-the-top, beautiful throwing motion that you'd like to see out of a guy, but it gets the job done for Trubisky, so I'm not going to complain about it. Let's go ahead and look at another play a little bit later. So Trubisky has a really nice arm. It's an NFL caliber arm, but the thing that excites me more is his touch that he possesses and his ability to get the ball to the right spot, downfield especially. And you're going to see exactly what he's capable of just in terms of trying to get the ball down the field. So let's roll it and just watch this kid. Sets up, has plenty of time, and look at the arc on this ball. Beautiful, great catch, no question, by the receiver. But Trubisky really putting the ball on a spot. Let's look at this one more time. Little drop there, beautiful. Oh my goodness gracious, look at the way that ball flies in there. Again, great catch by the receiver, but that is an NFL caliber throw right there, and to do it in that pressure packed moment when you're trying to win a big bowl game for your program, that is a big time throw for Mitch Trubisky. That is an NFL throw, and yes, I'm going to continue to call him Mitch. He's Mitch, not Mitchell. Sorry, Mitch.
Now for the million-dollar question. Can Mitch Trubisky be a Denver Bronco? No, unfortunately he can't. Not because the Broncos wouldn't want him. I think he'd be potentially the best quarterback on this Broncos roster. But the Broncos already drafted their quarterback last year, Paxton Lynch out of Memphis. He's going to be the guy long-term for them. Whether they bring in another option short-term is to be determined. Besides, Mitch Trubisky is going to be a top 10 pick. I could see him going anywhere from 1 to 3 to Chicago, maybe 1 to Cleveland. I don't see him getting out of the top 15 under any circumstances, so there's no way that he's going to be available for the Broncos unless they would decide to blow things up. But I think whoever does wind up with Mitch Trubisky is going to be getting a pretty darn good NFL quarterback. Let's talk about my final verdict. He is an excellent pro prospect. He combines those things we talked about. Combines intangibles and physical skill set. He's a full field reader, which means he's able to see everything as it comes. He moves in the pocket really well. We saw that in the film room, and he's got really excellent arm talent. I think Mitch Trubisky has the potential to be a really good player so long as he's able to overcome that kind of stigma that comes with being a guy who plays his entire career in the shotgun and is able to learn an NFL offense. If he's forced to play right away, it could take him a little while to adjust, but I think ultimately we're talking about a pretty good NFL quarterback, potentially even a great one. My grade on Mitch Trubisky is a straight A. He's an A-level quarterback. I think my score on him was a 94. So a really good NFL prospect who I think has the potential to be great, minus a couple other things. He's at the top of my board if I'm looking for a quarterback in this class. That'll do it for this edition of the Broncos Big Board. We'll be back next episode to switch sides of the football. Our first 3 in this series have all been offensive players. Next time, we're going to go on the defensive side of the ball. Can Vanderbilt's Zach Cunningham be the guy that they wind up turning to? We'll talk about him on the next episode. But until then, I need you to do me a favor as I ask every episode. Like and subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube channel. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, go to the website because I've got my full scouting report posted beneath this video there. Check that out. It's got all sorts of notes, my kind of more in-depth analysis on these guys. If you're interested in it, go over there, 5280sportsnetwork.com. Check it out. Also, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you get Nate Lundy and Sean Drotar's Morning Minutes, Matt Smith and Rich Kurtzman's CSU game recaps, all the other great video content that we're putting up on the YouTube channel and at 5280sportsnetwork.com. Until next time, until we talk to you then, I'm Jake Marsing. For Ryan Green behind the camera, doing all the hard work. Are we?
I mean, it was supposed to be a high five.
High five. There we go. That's how we do it at 5280 Sports Network. We'll see you next time.